1972 was one of those magical years in music, the kind where you could turn on the radio and hear rock, pop, funk, and soul all fighting for space on the charts. Some bands came in with one unforgettable hit and then disappeared just as fast. Today, we're rewinding to 1972 to look at 15 incredible one-hit wonders. 15. Stealers Wheel. Stuck in the Middle with You.
I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm wondering what it is I should do.
Few songs capture the chaos of the music business like Stuck in the Middle with You. Written by Scottish musicians Gerry Rafferty and Joe Egan, the song was recorded at Apple Studios in London, yes, the same studio once owned by the Beatles.
So hard to keep the smile from my face. Losing control, yeah, I'm all over the place.
Stuck in the Middle with You started as a joke. They were poking fun at the pretentiousness of the music industry, the parties, the fake smiles, and the endless meetings with producers. Rafferty deliberately sang it in a Bob Dylan-like voice to make the parody complete.
But I can see there is no sense at all. Is it cool to go to sleep on the floor?
But the joke turned into a hit. Released by A&M Records, it climbed into the top 10 on both sides of the Atlantic. Ironically, by the time it became a hit, Rafferty had temporarily quit the band over contract disputes, forcing A&M to promote it without him.
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Decades later, the song got a second life thanks to Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, where it played during one of the film's most infamous scenes. Not bad for a song that started as a sarcastic jab at the music biz.
Hey, what's going on? You hear that?
14. The Raspberries Could Go All the Way. The early 70s saw plenty of rough, loud rock bands, but the Raspberries wanted melody, harmony, and heart. Formed in Cleveland, Ohio, they were led by Eric Carmen, who later became famous for songs like All by Myself. In 1972, Carmen wrote Go All the Way, inspired by the tension between the clean image of pop and the raw desire of rock. The song hinted at teenage passion more boldly than most radio hits at the time. Some stations refused to play it because of the suggestive lyrics, but that only made kids more eager to hear it. It was recorded at Record Plant Studios in New York, a favorite spot for legends like Jimi Hendrix and John Lennon. The Raspberries packed the song with layered guitars, punchy drums, and soaring vocals, a sound that helped define what would later be called power pop. Go All the Way shot to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and turned the Raspberries into overnight stars. They released a few more singles after that, but nothing came close to the success of their debut hit. Eric Carmen eventually went solo, but for many listeners, this was his defining moment. 13. Blackfoot Sue, Standing in the Road. While America was busy with soft rock and soul, Britain was moving towards something flashier, glam rock. In that landscape came Blackfoot Sue, a band from Birmingham, England, founded by twin brothers Tom and David Farmer, along with drummer Eddie Golga. Their hit Standing in the Road was recorded at Morgan Studios in London, a hub for early glam acts like T-Rex and Sweet. The Farmers wrote the song themselves, inspired by the gritty life of working-class England and the feeling of trying to get noticed. Released on the Small Jam label, it exploded onto the UK singles chart, peaking at number 4 in 1972. They performed on Top of the Pops and became teenage heroes almost overnight. The single's pounding drums and bold, chant-like chorus made it sound huge on radio, even though the band recorded it on a tight budget. Sadly, follow-up singles like Sing Don't Speak failed to make the same impact. Blackfoot Sue continued playing under different names, even releasing records as Liner in the 1980s, but Standing in the Road remained their golden moment. That one was pure electricity. Now, before we keep going, what's your favorite music memory from the early 70s? Or did we forget a song in this list? Drop it in the comments. 12. Gallery, Nice to Be With You.
Oh, it's so nice to be with you. I love all the
From hard-rocking England to sunny Detroit, Gallery brought a softer touch. Led by singer and songwriter Jim Gold, this Michigan group delivered one of 1972's most comforting songs, Nice to Be With You.
you're gonna please me in every way.
Gold wrote the song himself, inspired by a simple idea: happiness in being with someone you love. There were no hidden meanings or deep metaphors, just a warm, sincere message that connected instantly with listeners.
Honey, I got the notion you're causing commotion in my soul.
The band recorded it at Bell Sound Studios in New York, one of the busiest studios of the time, and released it under Sussex Records, a label known for soul artists like Bill Withers. Despite that soulful company, Gallery leaned into the gentler side of pop rock. Nice to Be With You reached number 4 in the Billboard Hot 100 and sold over 1 million copies.
You're there to pick me up and help me to carry on.
Although Gallery released a few more singles, including I Believe in Music, none repeated that success. Still, Jim Gold's honest, feel-good lyrics earned the song a lasting spot in soft rock history. 11. Argent, Hold Your Head Up.
Hold your head up, whoa, hold your head up, whoa.
When Rod Argent, the keyboardist for the Zombies, started his new band Argent, he was determined to move beyond his earlier sound. Together with guitarist and songwriter Russ Ballard, he formed one of the most talented yet underrated rock bands of the early 70s.
If it hurts, don't let them see you cry. You can make
Their biggest hit, Hold Your Head Up, was recorded at the legendary Abbey Road Studios in London for their 1972 album All Together Now. The track was written by Ballard and Argent themselves. Its message, stand tall, stay proud, and don't let others bring you down, struck a chord during a time when the counterculture was fading and a new, uncertain decade was beginning.
And if they shout, don't let it change a thing.
The song's powerful keyboard riff became instantly recognizable, and its positive lyrics made it a kind of rock anthem for self-confidence. It reached number 5 on both the US and UK charts. Despite several follow-up albums, Argent never scored another major hit. Russ Ballard later wrote songs for other artists, including Since You've Been Gone for Rainbow, but Hold Your Head Up remained his signature piece. Even today, it's still played at sporting events and motivational moments, proof that one good message can live forever. 10. She Coltrane, Thunder and Lightning. In an era dominated by male rock singers, Chi Coltrane burst onto the scene like a storm. Born in Racine, Wisconsin, and raised in a musical family, she began playing piano at a young age and writing songs that blended gospel energy with pop and soul. Thunder and Lightning, her debut single, was recorded in Los Angeles and released by Columbia Records in 1972. Coltrane wrote the song herself, and it quickly showcased her powerhouse vocals and piano-driven sound. The single reached number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100 and made her a TV regular, appearing on shows like The Tonight Show and Midnight Special. In interviews, she explained that she wrote Thunder and Lightning about the intensity of love, that mix of danger and excitement that can feel like a storm. While she never matched the chart success of her debut in the US, she found loyal fans in Europe, especially Germany, where she continued to tour and record for years. Chi Coltrane may have been a one-hit wonder on paper, but her fierce stage presence and unique style made her unforgettable. 1972 really was something else. Rock, soul, pop, and glam, all crashing together on the same charts. If you miss when music sounded this good, hit that subscribe button and keep the spirit of 70s music alive. 9. Colin Blunstone. Say You Don't Mind.
Oh, say you don't mind, you left me off this time.
After the breakup of the Zombies, frontman Colin Blunstone took a surprising detour. He left music altogether and took a day job at an insurance company. But his love for singing never disappeared. In 1971, encouraged by former bandmate Chris White, he decided to record a solo album.
Into the scene, my dreams were getting bad.
The result was 1 Year, a deeply personal record that included the 1972 hit Say You Don't Mind. The song had actually been written by Denny Laine, a founding member of the Moody Blues and later a member of Wings. But Blunstone made it his own with a soft, haunting vocal backed by a lush string arrangement instead of a typical rock setup.
Doing some growing, but I'm scared of you going so.
Recorded at Air Studios in London, the song climbed to number 15 on the UK charts. Critics praised its elegance and emotional depth, and it marked a strong solo debut for Blunstone. While he never returned to the charts in a major way, he went on to collaborate again with the Zombies decades later, proof that even one gentle, beautiful song can stand the test of time. 8. Uriah Heep. Easy Livin'. Rounding out today's list is a hard rock anthem from Uriah Heep, one of the pioneers of heavy metal's early days. Formed in London in 1969, the band had already released several albums before finally breaking into the US market with Easy Livin'. The track was written by Ken Hensley, the band's keyboardist and main songwriter, and recorded at Lansdowne Studios in London for their 1972 album Demons and Wizards. The song's tight, driving rhythm and uplifting message, about living freely and enjoying life, struck a chord with fans around the world. It reached number 39 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it their only major American hit, though they were much bigger in Europe and Japan. Easy Livin' also helped cement Uriah Heep's reputation as one of the loudest, most energetic live acts of the decade. Even now, the song is still a staple at their concerts, a reminder of the moment they broke through to global audiences. 7. Derek and the Dominoes. Layla.
You got me on my knees. I'm thinking, darling, please.
It might sound strange calling Layla a one-hit wonder, but by definition, that's exactly what Derek and the Dominoes were. The band, led by Eric Clapton and drummer-songwriter Jim Gordon, released only one studio album, Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, recorded in Miami, Florida, at Criteria Studios in 1970 and released in late 1970.
Darling, don't you eat my worried mind.
The song didn't actually explode until 1972, when it was reissued as a single and finally climbed the charts. By then, the band had already broken up. Clapton had fallen into a spiral of addiction, and Gordon was dealing with severe mental health issues that would later end his career.
Messed up situation before I finally go insane.
Layla was inspired by Clapton's unrequited love for Pattie Boyd, the wife of his close friend George Harrison of the Beatles. The song's title came from a Persian love story about a man driven mad by passion. Clapton co-wrote it with Gordon, whose famous piano coda closes the track. Ironically, that gentle ending was recorded separately in London and spliced onto the main song later.
Tell me all my love's in vain.
Though Clapton went on to a massive solo career, Derek and the Dominoes never charted again. As a group, Layla was their only big hit, one of rock's greatest anthems, born from heartbreak and recorded by a band that never got to enjoy its success. Next up is one of the strangest and most exotic hits of 1972, 6. The Chacachas, Jungle Fever.
Suave. No, no, no.
This funky, Latin-flavored track came not from the jungles of South America, but from Belgium. The Chacachas were a group of studio musicians from Brussels who had played in Latin dance bands around Europe. They recorded Jungle Fever at Morgan Studios in London, mixing Latin percussion, heavy bass, and most memorably, erotic vocal moans between a man and a woman. When it hit the airwaves, some US radio stations refused to play it, calling it too suggestive. That controversy helped it climb even higher, reaching number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1972. The single became a favorite in nightclubs and later appeared in several movies, including Boogie Nights and Grand Theft Auto, Vice City's soundtrack. The Chacachas tried to follow up with other singles, but none caught fire the same way. Today, Jungle Fever is often sampled by DJs and hip-hop producers, proof that one seductive groove can echo through generations. Now we shift gears, literally, with a high-octane country rock tune that raced onto the charts in 1972. 5. Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen, Hot Rod Lincoln.
All of a sudden, in a wink of an eye, a Cadillac sedan passed me by. I said, boys, that's a mark for me, Bob in the...
Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airmen were a wild collective from Ann Arbor, Michigan, led by keyboardist and singer George Frayne, who took on the comic book-style name Commander Cody.
Put off the gas and analyze, shoved it on down into overdrive.
Their breakout hit, Hot Rod Lincoln, was recorded at Pacific High Studios in San Francisco and released on Paramount Records. The song was actually a remake. The original version dated back to 1955, written by Charlie Ryan based on his real experience racing a souped-up Lincoln against a Cadillac on the open highway.
Became a Cadillac. No, the catch of my photo pass, you know by then I'd be out of gas.
Cody's 1972 version modernized it with honky-tonk piano, driving rhythm, and humor that fit the new country rock movement alongside bands like the Eagles. It reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, earning the band national fame. Though they kept touring and recording, their later songs never cracked the mainstream again. Commander Cody went on to teach art and perform small gigs for decades. Hot Rod Lincoln remains his defining moment, a timeless story about speed, youth, and a joyride that never really ends. 4. Danny O'Keefe, Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues.
Good time, Charlie's got the blues.
Few songs capture quiet sadness like Good Time Charlie's Got the Blues. Written and sung by Danny O'Keefe, a folk-inspired musician from Spokane, Washington, the song became one of 1972's most soulful surprises.
You're not a kid at 33.
O'Keefe had been writing for years before anyone noticed him. He originally recorded the song in 1970, but it wasn't until a new version was cut at Quadraphonic Sound Studios in Nashville with top session players that it caught fire.
Some call it Fred, some call it play.
The lyrics tell of a man watching friends move on while he's stuck in place, a reflection of O'Keefe's own frustrations trying to break into the business. The melancholy guitar lines and gentle vocal gave it a bittersweet power that resonated with listeners burned out on the party vibe of the early 70s.
Good time, Charlie's got the
Released by Signpost Records, it climbed to number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the Adult Contemporary chart. Dozens of artists later covered it, from Elvis Presley to Willie Nelson, but O'Keefe himself never returned to the top 40. Still, Good Time Charlie remains a masterpiece, proof that sometimes one honest song can speak louder than a whole career's worth of noise. From sadness to soul, 1972 also gave us one of the smoothest R&B hits ever recorded. 3. The Dramatics, In the Rain.
Easy, but I wanna go outside.
This Detroit-based vocal group, Ron Banks, Larry Reed, Willie Ford, Larry Demps, and L.J. Reynolds, recorded the song at the legendary United Sound Studios in Detroit under producer Tony Hester. Hester also wrote the track, crafting a moody masterpiece complete with thunder and rain sound effects that made it instantly recognizable.
I don't want you to see me cry.
Released on Volt Records, a subsidiary of Stax, In the Rain soared to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on the R&B chart, selling over 1 million copies. The lush orchestration and emotional harmonies turned it into a soul classic.
It may sound crazy, but I wanna go outside.
Though the Dramatics had a long career performing, this was their biggest national crossover hit. The song went on to influence countless R&B artists and has been sampled in hip-hop tracks by everyone from the notorious B.I.G. to Wu-Tang Clan.
Won't see, not a single trace.
In the Rain captured the full emotion of heartbreak, and even if the Dramatics never topped it again, they left behind a track that still feels timeless. 2. Mouth and McNeil, How Do You Do?
How do you do? I thought, why not?
If you were anywhere near a radio in 1972, you probably heard this playful duet that seemed to come out of nowhere. Mouth and McNeil were a Dutch pop duo formed by singer Willem Duin, nicknamed Big Mouth, and the energetic Maggie McNeil, whose real name was Sjoekje van Spijker.
Just me and you, and then we can just like.
The two met in Amsterdam, signed to Philips Records, and quickly recorded How Do You Do? It was produced at Phonogram Studios in the Netherlands and written by Hans van Hemert and Harry van Hoof. The catchy back-and-forth vocals, whistling hook, and upbeat rhythm made it irresistible.
Hey, that's what I'm living.
The single became a global hit, reaching number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topping charts in more than a dozen countries. Their mix of charm, humor, and chemistry made them European favorites. By 1974, the pair split up. Maggie McNeil went solo and even represented the Netherlands in the Eurovision Song Contest. But for most listeners around the world, How Do You Do was their one shining moment, a song that still brings a smile every time it plays. We end our trip through 1972 with a song that has never really left the radio one. Looking Glass, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl. This band formed at Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey, where singer-guitarist Elliot Lurie wrote the song. Brandy tells the story of a barmaid who wins every sailor's heart but loses out to the sea, a metaphor for longing and the sacrifices of love. It was recorded at Media Sound Studios in New York City and produced by Clive Davis's team at Epic Records. Interestingly, when it was first released, the single barely sold. A Washington, D.C. radio DJ started playing it heavily, and within weeks, it spread nationwide, shooting to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
That bears the name of a man that
Only reached the lower charts. By 1974, they had disbanded. Elliot Lurie later worked as a film music executive, but his one song never stopped earning airplay. Brandy has lived countless new lives, from bar sing-alongs to the 2017 movie Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, where it played a key role in the story. Few one-hit wonders can claim that kind of immortality. If you've made it this far, you're clearly a true music lover. So like and subscribe and stick around for more one-hit wonders.